Hello! In this video we're going to be taking a quick look at the new Batman Arkham Asylum demo which came out today. It's a pretty hefty download at about 2 gigs. It's on PS3 and PC and Xbox 360. I thought I'd put this together for people that either can't download it due to having a pretty slow connection or who are wondering whether it's worth it, given that there's only about 10 minutes of actual playtime in the demo. So as you can see, it's mixing styles from the movies, both the Burton movies and the new stuff from Christopher Nolan. It's also got the kind of comic influence coming in, and the animated series is actually written by the writer from the animated series, and it's got voice talents from that as well, including Mark Hamill, also known as Luke Skywalker, playing the Joker.
Long night, Jim.
Joker invades City Hall and holds the mayor hostage, leaving it to me to juggle SWAT teams, the media, and you. Yeah, it's been a hell of a night.
Hopefully the last one we'll ever have with him.
Yeah, right.
You really get a sense of character coming through. This isn't just like a kind of gruff, boring Batman who's just a thug going around whacking people. In this you really get a sense that he's got a relationship with Jim. He's known to be working with Commissioner Gordon for a while. Meanwhile, the Joker comes across as a genuine psychotic madman to be scared of, not just the kind of Jack Nicholson funny man.
The joke's on you.
Production values are pretty much through the roof, as you can see. All the cutscenes are fantastic, very cinematic.
Come on in.
It all comes together to create a really atmospheric experience right from the start. Very exciting stuff. Now, after this cutscene at the start, you get thrown into your first fight.
I set a trap, and you sprang it gloriously. Now let's get this party started.
Ladies and maniacs, I apologize for this interruption to your regular entertainment. Up until a few seconds ago,
The fighting's pretty reminiscent of the Prince of Persia games, the Sands of Time series that is. It's more streamlined and less complicated. You don't have to know about a million different combinations, but it's generally you point at the enemy you want to fight and then you click your fire button and Batman jumps around the screen in this rather awesome manner. What the developers have gone for is that when you're fighting these unarmed goons, as should be the case, Batman just completely destroys them. He shouldn't have any trouble with them whatsoever. So even if you've got sort of 5 of these guys around you, you just take them out in a few seconds. It's not a problem.
Is my dad still there?
Commissioner Gordon is safe. Joker's not far ahead. I'll stay in contact.
These characters are scattered around Arkham Asylum, the guards and the villains. Makes it a very real and sort of living and breathing kind of place.
Thank God. It's Zaz. He's got Mike. He's strapped in the chair. Zaz has totally lost it.
Wait here.
You can't. He'll kill Mike if he sees anyone trying to get close.
He won't see me.
I see anything that looks even a little bit like a bat, and this guard dies. Do you hear me? Zaz has got my buddy. He's gonna fry him. Do something, please.
Keep him occupied. I need to get behind him.
At this point you're introduced to the detective mode, which is a kind of alternate Predator-style viewpoint, where you kind of get this X-ray view of the scenario, the scene that you're in. So you get these kind of views of all the people, and that you can see who's good, who's bad. You get these vantage points that show you where you can get around the level in sneaky manners. If you look at people, you get these nice little details on them and how nervous they are and what their kind of current mental state is, which plays later on, because the idea when you've got a big group of enemies that are dangerous is you want to gradually make them more and more terrified so they become less efficient and you can take them out one by one. Here we've got a guy that's about to execute someone unless we can take him out without him knowing that we're there. So here we go, here's one of the cool moves you can do.
Zaz is down, but not for long. Got to get close and take him out.
Someone put this animal back in his cell.
What's immediately noticeable about the game is how slick everything is. You now have problems figuring out what you're supposed to be doing. All these little indications on the screen tell you exactly what your options are. That isn't necessarily to say that it's too easy, mind you. There's still a challenge in that you're presented with these options and then it's basically up to you as to how you execute them. You know, do you go in for the frontal attack? Do you sneak around in the rooftops and then take them down? Do you take them off one by one? Do you try and get into a big melee fight? How do you want to approach it? And that's something that a lot of games try to do, don't always carry off particularly well. Batman Arkham Asylum seems to be doing it pretty well, judging from the demo at least. It'll be interesting to see whether the full game has lots more options or whether the demo is kind of all there is. Obviously we can't really tell at that point. Here you've got a room full of 4 or 5 enemies, and you've got to take them out in a particularly cunning way. The game really rewards kind of having patience. If you just wade in and try and take them out, you're going to be in trouble, as you'll see in a minute. What you're meant to do is, you know, look around, bide your time.
Safe room while we fight Batman. Nice. Batman's as good as dead. Hey, get off me! Ah! Come on! If you don't shut me down! Kill you. Please.
It's good fun, it gives you a real sense of being in control. A lot of stealth games you constantly feel like you're on the verge of dying and you're in real trouble and you feel really vulnerable, which can work in some cases, like the Thief games works really well. In a Batman game you don't want Batman to feel like he's in particular danger. What you want is to be able to use a combination of your kind of strength and skills combined with your brain to try and figure out how to do things. And as long as you use that combination well, basically they haven't got a chance. Now as you'll see here, I kind of cock things up a bit because I try to attack these 2 guys at the same time. Take out one of them, and kind of forget that the other guy's still there with a big gun. So yeah, watch what happens when I try and do the same move. So yeah, I get shot to pieces basically and my health is nearly right down. So you can die and you can be defeated as Batman, but generally it only will happen if you do something stupid. And what's great is that it's not an instant fail, it's not like you fail the stealth and you're back to the start of the level. You do have a chance to get away. And that's really good. It's a game that kind of rewards different ways of playing, it doesn't punish you if you do something slightly differently.
I don't like this. Don't like this at all.
Not even sure he's real. I mean, I've seen loads of people dressed up in my time, but who knows? Even one of you could be the Batman.
So being slightly more careful here, making sure that they split up before I attack, because I don't want to run into the same sort of problem I did before. There's a great mixture of long distance and kind of close in attacks you can do, so depending on the scenario and what's going on and what your own personal preference is, you can play the game in a lot of different ways. So yeah, this guy now, he's pretty terrified because all his buddies have been killed, it's just him on his own. So yeah, BPM's up to 150, he's not doing too good. And he's going to start panicking, he's not really thinking straight. As you can see. Thankfully he won't have to worry for too long because we'll put him out of his misery in just a second. So yeah, is it worth it? Well, if you've got the download bandwidth, then go for it, because it's a great fun game, and it kind of rewards replaying as well. Even though it's only a 10-minute demo, you can replay it several times. Each time you get to this particular part of the demo, you'll play out completely differently, depending on the approach you take. So there's a lot of replayability, and hopefully that'll be something that's in the full game too.
What the?
The game feels fresh, there's a lot of variety. Fingers crossed the full game will be just as inventive and just as slick and nicely put together. It comes out in a few weeks or next month on PC.